All right, today is October 26th, 2016, and right now at 9:30 p.m. in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a barometric pressure of 30.02 inches. That's down slightly from yesterday. We have a temperature of 63 degrees. The relative humidity is 52%, and the dew point is 45 degrees. All right, so we're looking at the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop, and we can see that there's a lot happening right here. We have a transmitter that is applying a lot of power in this area. We can see the very quick evaporation pattern right there. And we have jet stream flow that is depicted as coming down this way and then down and around back up. Let's go look at the jet stream right now. This is the jet stream map, 300 millibar map, and we can see that this is the Aleutian Island chain, and they show the flow moving down and then down to the south and around and back up and up into the northwest. So let's go back again and look at the map. And that's really not what's happening. We can see that there's a number of breakups here. We have a transmitter on this developing hurricane force system right up here. And this is a transmitter which has broken up the jet stream flow right here. Also, we have a transmitter that has generated a blockade in this area. All right, and that's separating this moisture field from this jet stream flow. Also, we have a transmitter right in this area which is breaking up the moisture field, which would otherwise be moving around a horseshoe pattern right here and moving right back into the northwest. And I think what's happening here is that they are quickly cutting this all off. We can see the chemtrails. There's a lot of chemtrails being sprayed right in this area. We'll take a look at that on the SSEC map. But what's happening here is we have a hurricane. This is now a Category 2. This is Seymour. This system is weakened from a Category 4 overnight to a Category 2 today. Let's take a look at the hurricane map right now. And that is got 110 mile per hour winds. This Category 2 moving northwest at 14 miles per hour with a core pressure of 969 millibar. All right, now the track on this storm has also changed. Yesterday we were watching that track went up, and then it appeared to be turning out to the west by Friday, Saturday, but now it's completely changed. It's going to move in towards the southwest, towards California and Arizona. That's quite interesting. If we go back to the map, I believe what's happening here is that this is all being quickly evaporated and cleared out because they want to cut this moisture field off, let this moisture move in and move away so that this hurricane can be maintained. They want to maintain separation. They don't want this moisture field interfering with this hurricane. Rather, the hurricane would supply plenty of moisture to this pattern right here. So they are disrupting this pattern such that when this hurricane continues to move further north, that this flow pattern will no longer exist. So they're cutting that off. We can see that all happening right here. But the next thing is that we have a transmitter right here that has generated a blockade between the hurricane and this jet stream flow, which is moving a lot of moisture into Northern California. Now, looking at the rainbow map, we can see a lot of pockets of moisture moving right into Southern California, and we saw a lot of chemtrail spraying today all over the Southern California region. And tomorrow is going to be, I think, even worse. It's going to be very heavy. The spraying is going to be very heavy, and we can see these bands starting to get very close to Baja and the border here, Southern California. All right, let's take a look at the next map here. This is the Western U.S. water vapor loop. And we can see the pattern here. We have a transmitter that has cut a path right through here. We can see that very clearly. That will maintain the separation. And we have this advancing hurricane. Now, we were told on the radio and on the television today that we should expect heavy rain. And that's going to be interesting because Is it going to come from this system here? And by the way, we can see a lot of chemtrail activity right here. Look at all those chemtrails being sprayed back and forth. There's a lot of spraying going on right here. So the question is where is the Southern California rain going to come from? This system right here, or this hurricane right over here? We have two very strong systems right next to each other. And so I think what's happening here is that we're going to see a lot of tropical moisture from the hurricane and a lot of chemtrails. If you look at the infrared map, we can see the moisture moving right up towards the LA area, Southern California, San Diego, all this entire area down here. So we're going to see a lot more chemtrail spraying. And we may get some rain. But looking at the Doppler map right now, there is not much rain. Let's go ahead and come back to this here in a second. Let's go take a quick look at the SSEC map. We can see all those chemtrails being sprayed. Just a lot of spraying going on right through here. We can see that. Looks like a tic-tac-toe board, like graph paper. And then we have Seymour right here. We can see that. This is moving to the generally in a northerly trek. It's actually heading to the northwest. But the flow pattern is all moving to the northeast. So everything, we can see that everything right here is moving right into Southern California. And that will include this system as it continues to move towards the southeast. And these two here, this is going to be quite interesting to see what they do here in the next few hours, the next day. Let's go back to the other map here. Looking at the this map here, this is the surface analysis map. And we can see that this is that low we were just looking at, and the hurricane is right down here. So we have these two weather systems. This is that system that has that violent spin. We've got the chemtrails over here, but we've got a high pressure zone of 1,017 millibar right over Southern California, just offshore, this little bubble of high pressure. So the question is what's going to happen? Well, this will probably go around that high pressure if it's indicated right here as stationary. And then we have another big low up here with a cold front and a developing hurricane force system right here just south of the Aleutian Islands, a 978 millibar system. This is forecast to move to the east. And of course, we have a huge area of high pressure that's installed out here. They just move this around when they need to for strategic purposes. Right now, they're trying to get some rain into California, it looks like. And we'll have to see what they do. But let's get back to this other map, Western U.S. water vapor map. And we have these this one system, and we have the hurricane. So they won't allow these to merge, I don't think. They're not going to allow these to merge. That's why they have this very strong blockade built in here. This is a transmitter-generated blockade, and this has probably been scanned back and forth, and that just maintains separation. And that will prevent this from merging. At least it appears that way right now. And then we have a transmitter building in high pressure right here, and that's cutting off all that moisture, as I mentioned. So they're going to probably let this moisture go away, and they'll put a transmitter right on top of this. This will become a dry low very quickly, and then they will somehow probably redirect this hurricane over into right through the same path. They always run it right through this corner of Baja and out through Arizona and out that way. That's what'll probably happen. But we don't know. The rain is forecast. We don't know exactly how it's going to get here, but these are the options right here. But this transmitter is cutting off the flow, and this in a few hours will just move north, and there'll be nothing left except just a big dry transmitter generated high pressure zone with no moisture. All right. All right, so this is it. Let's take a look at the we've seen that map. Let's go take a look at the East Pacific. This is another shot of Seymour. We can see that sort of northwest northerly movement. All the flow is hooking back and going right into Southern California. So we're going to see a lot of chemtrails tomorrow in preparation for that storm. And we'll probably see some high humidity as well, but mainly it'll be just an ugly, heavy chemtrail day. All right, here's the Doppler map, and we can see that despite all that moisture flow into the southern portion of California, there's just no returns on the Doppler map. Once again, here, let's take a look. We have all this moisture flowing right into central and southern California, yet there's no rain whatsoever. Just some returns right up here. Let's go look at that again. And that would indicate that there's a lot of heavy chemtrailing going on all up and down California, the entire state, since there's no rain. Okay, so we've seen this map, and notice that Hawaii over here is protected. They've got a blockade right here. Let's go back to the big map once again. We can see that once again Hawaii has a transmitter preventing all this thunderstorm activity. We have a developing low pressure system right here spinning up, and all of that is being blocked by this crescent shaped transmitter generated blockade right near the islands. There's nothing new about that. They were always protecting the islands. Okay, let's go look at the pressure maps. Surface pressure map is a little different today. We have that pocket of high pressure right off the coast indicated. The low has broken up a little bit. We can see a low indicated here. We've got a closed low here and one up here. But the one that was down near California has been somewhat broken up, and things have changed a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on what they do next. Let's look at the 500 millibar. We see this huge trough. This is moving in towards California. We have a big pocket of high pressure right here at the 500 millibar level. And we see these squiggly lines. Once again, that's the transmitters, the ground transmitters, the phased array, flat panel golf ball transmitters that are creating surface high pressure and beaming energy, RF energy, up into the atmosphere to break down these weather systems. Here's the 300 millibar map, and this is a very deep trough. We'll have to see what they do. We have high pressure indicated all through here. This hurricane is moving north. But mainly the surface pressure map has changed quite a bit. We have this pocket of high pressure right out here. That also shows up on the other map that we were looking at. Okay, so that's the report for today, for right now. And we'll just leave it right here. And we'll do another update tomorrow.